Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where we discuss all things narcissism, and this video is going to be about how a narcissistic person might react if you choose to leave them. It's not always an easy decision to make, and more often than not it can be over something very minor, seemingly very insignificant, after lots of major things where you have just had enough of their games, had enough of their hurtful behaviour, and you make a plan to get out and you follow through with that plan. It's heartbreaking breaking up with anybody. The breakdown of any relationship is painful, and when a narcissistic person leaves you, that is devastating. However, choosing to leave them is equally as devastating. When it comes to a narcissistic person, if you choose to end the relationship with them and they have a new source of supply lined up, they will often leave you alone. They will flaunt that new supply in your face. They will claim to everybody how they're the one who broke it off with you, how you're the one with the issues, how you're the one that's bitter, how you're the one that's jealous, as you've hurt their ego by ending the relationship with them. Therefore, they're seeking to gain that attention back from you in one form or another. So they might be just hoping that you get in touch and ask them to stop, because then they feel validated. They feel like they're still important in your life, which is why they will play these games. Even if you decided to end it with them and they've already moved on with somebody new, they seek to punish you for daring to take their supply away from them. If they haven't got somebody new lined up, it's a very different story. There can be a lot of begging and pleading and bargaining and so many mind games in order to keep a hold of you, at least until they can find somebody new, and then they will discard you in some of the most horrific ways to punish you for daring to think about leaving them. So they're going to try and keep a hold of you just long enough until they can find a new source of supply to hurt you, to punish you. So the best way to leave a narcissistic relationship, and it can feel horrendous because we want to communicate with somebody we've spent so much time with. However, when you're dealing with a toxic relationship, a narcissistic relationship, the best way to leave them is safely, by not letting them know you're leaving, not letting them know that you are leaving, getting out safely, finding a safe place to go. If you tell a narcissistic person in person that you are thinking of leaving them, this can put you in danger. They lack empathy. If you tell them via message, this can also put you in danger. They lack empathy. However, whether you tell them in person or whether you tell them via a message, they are usually going to come at you with some form of game. Now, the first game, they could just simply promise to change. They could be really, really nice about it. They have that charismatic charm, so they can be really nice towards you about the fact you're thinking of ending the relationship with them. And they can come at you with those false promises of change. They can promise to go to counselling with you. You might notice they start doing all the things. If you can't move out straight away, they'll start doing all the things that they promised to do that they failed to do, to show you just how amazing they are. And they might tell you that you will be lost without them, you'll be nothing without them, or that you'll never find somebody like them. They want to get you to question your decision, and they want to convince you to change your mind in order to make a decision that works in the narcissist's favour and not yours. They can start with all those false promises, all those future fakes of how if you'd arranged to get married when you first met and nothing's ever come of this, they can suddenly decide that they want to set that wedding date. If you were planning on children and you've never actually got around to making the decision to actually have children, they might suddenly start wanting all these things with you. In fact, a female narcissist is highly likely to seduce you to get you into the bedroom so that she can fall pregnant by you, to keep you trapped within the dynamics of that relationship. And by them telling you that you'll be nothing without them or you'll never find anybody like them, it's that threat towards you, that indirect threat that gets you questioning that you might end up alone, when what you have to question is being in a relationship with them more important than being happy and enjoying your life and having your freedom? So what if you end up alone? You can make a very, very healthy, happy life for yourself alone, and you might meet somebody who gives you the loyalty and respect and honesty that you deserve. However, if you stay with them, you are going to be lonely for the rest of your life. So they might start trying to intimidate you. They might start saying, well, who's going to believe you? Well, where are you going to go? Who's going to look after the children? You'll never see the children again. How are you going to provide for yourself? And they're firing all these questions at you to cause you enough doubt so that you change your mind out of fear of what could potentially happen if you were to end the relationship with them. However, unbeknown to you at the time, if you decide to continue the relationship with them, they will seek out a new source of supply and discard you to punish you for daring to think about ending the relationship with them. Some narcissistic people might threaten harm. They might threaten self-harm, so that you feel trapped. You don't want to leave them because you don't want them to hurt themselves. However, you need to get out of that situation. In this case, you're best off just calling their closest friends and family and letting them go and support them. The narcissist is going to really hate you for doing this. They're going to claim that you've turned against them. However, when somebody has to use the threat of self-harm to keep somebody, that relationship is doomed for failure. They are literally guilt-tripping you. They are emotionally blackmailing you. Or they might threaten to harm you to stop you from leaving them. A narcissistic person might quickly look to replace, or once they have replaced, they're going to flaunt the replacements in your face so that they can claim that you're the one that's bitter, you're the one that's jealous, you're the one that's the issue because you're the one that's still on your own and they've managed to find somebody straight away. And they will often claim that you're the one who caused all the issues within the relationship because look at them, they can hold down a relationship, when in reality what they're showing people is they cannot be alone. What they have to do is seek somebody else to be with while you're busy healing yourself and learning about yourself and learning from the experience and developing and growing and processing all the emotions. They're shoving all the emotions down, ignoring them, and using another person to get over what is happening within their life. They are going around using people, exploiting people to their advantage. Nobody falls in love faster than a narcissist who needs a place to stay. They're going to go all out to smear your name, to paint you out as an alcoholic, as a drug addict, as somebody who doesn't look after them, somebody who doesn't look after their home, somebody who doesn't work. And now sometimes the non-narcissistic one can be driven into that much of despair that they are depressed and full of anxiety. So this might match the lies that the narcissist is telling people. However, the narcissist will be playing the hero of how they did everything to help that person, when in reality the narcissist is the very person who sunk that person. Now, some people afterwards might continue to sink. However, the majority of people afterwards, once they've no longer got the narcissist gaslighting words within their mind, start to find their path out and start to recover from everything that they've been through, while a narcissist will continue their patterns of behaviour. When it comes to breaking up with a narcissist, the best thing you can do is get out and get out safely. And then if you can, go no contact. If you don't go no contact with a narcissistic person, they are going to at some point come back and hoover you. And as time passes, we can all get to that point where we think, oh, they weren't that bad. It's very difficult to wrap your head around how somebody can treat you so horrifically, purely because you wouldn't treat somebody you care about so horrifically. Therefore, it's easy to justify and rationalise and excuse their behaviour rather than recognise it for what it is and walk away. And when it comes to going no contact, we can feel like we're being mean, and we can feel like we're being the narcissistic one because we should be able to just communicate with them. However, the more you communicate with narcissistic people, the more they use this communication as ammunition against you, to hurt you, to punish you. You cannot appeal to the conscience of those who lack one. However, they will happily appeal to yours. If you can't go no contact, it needs to be limited contact and grey rock. If you can get somebody else to do the communication for you, great. If not, it needs to be limited contact and grey rock. And you need to constantly remind yourself as to why you left, so that you continue down the path of leaving them and forging a new life for yourself, distancing yourself from the past and using the present to create a much happier future. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, or any games a narcissistic person played when you left them, as there are plenty of games they will play, please do add those into the comments. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, then please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.